And if I took a loss, I'm a boss in my hood. Oh. I'm sounding like I'm Ross in the hood. Double cross me, I leave you on the cross in the hood. I'm good, I got new money. Hey, what's good, my peoples? We got another banger for y'all today. It's gonna be the Undefeated Air Jordan 4s, real versus fake. All right, on the left we got the retail, on the right we got the fake. Took forever for my retails to come in from Undefeated. Finally made it about like 4 or 5 days ago. So let's get to it, man. They both size 10.5. Both of the boxes are roughly the same size. This one might be like a 16th of a millimeter or 16th of an inch shorter, and maybe in length too. In length is probably like 3/16 bigger, so it's slightly smaller, the fake box. And other than that, the color might be, I guess it depends on what angle you look at the box. The colors look kind of off, but you know, when you're moving around, swaying around, the box looks pretty damn spot on. So I would say it's pretty close, I think the black right here is a little deeper black than this right here. And other than that, I really don't see nothing else. Let's take a look at these labels. Y'all can pause it, zoom in, check to see if there's any discrepancies, anything like that. From what I'm looking at right here, it looks pretty identical. And maybe you could say that these numbers are a little bit less bold than these. But other than that, I don't see any other differences. The bottom, I was about to say outsole. Bottom of the box looks the same too. Don't see a difference. Let's get into the shoes. Let's get into what we came here for. When you open them up, put them side by side. When you open them up, you got the paper, you got the card. Now this detail on this card is way different than the detail on the fake card. Plus it got a shine to it. It's got a gloss on there. This one doesn't. So the card right there is a dead giveaway. Make sure if you're buying this pair on the aftermarket, you got gloss on your card and it's a deeper color. It's not like kind of faded like this one. So you can clearly see that difference on the back. Same thing with the gloss. And this one right here, you really see these speckles, you know, really large. And this one right here is very small speckles. So make sure your card looks like this one. All right. Paper seems pretty similar, man. Pretty spot on. I couldn't really tell the difference, especially standing alone without them being side by side. But when they're side by side, this one looks a little bit darker than that. I'm talking about the print. Print looks a little bit darker. Can't really tell with the Jumpman, but with the Undefeated logo, you can a little bit. All right. Now, take the shoes out. They are individually wrapped. The real ones and the fake ones. Let's take all the paper out. Matter of fact. The real ones, it does not have a YCM sticker in the box. That's just my pair. And disclaimer, everybody, because everybody like to get at me. Pause. When I'm talking this real versus fake stuff or whatever, I'm talking the sneakers that I have in front of me. You could buy 10 different retails. And you will have differences on all 10 of them. So, like I said, I can only discuss what's in front of me. So my retail does not have the YCM. This fake has a YCM sticker. Now, I'm 100% sure there's fake ones out there without that sticker. And there might be some retails out there with the sticker. So open these up. This is the left pair of the fake. This would be the left pair of the retail. Now, how close are they? Y'all tell me just by looking at it. Just by looking at it with your eye, without me saying anything or whatever the case, how do they look from first glance? If somebody brought you this pair right here and just handed it on your lap and say, yo, 400 or whatever it was, would you buy it? Would you buy it? Would you know if it was real or not? All right. Well, at the end of this video, you should be able to. I don't know yet. I haven't looked at them. I be freestyling these all the time, so I don't know the differences yet. But let's look at it together. All right. Let's start off with the heel tab like we usually do. The left pair is the real one. The right pair is a fake one. Very hard to tell, man. I'm gonna tell you this much. The fake one, which is on the right, the stitching is closer together right here. Like, it's bringing the two panels together nice and tight. Usually how retails are. This one is a little separated, usually how the fake ones are. So that is, it's kind of crazy. The glossiness on the Nike Air on the back it's like identical between both of them. The size of the Air is the same. The placement of it is a little different, maybe because this cut of leather is higher, so the A is kind of touching the leather, and so is the R. It's not right here. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, if I had 5 or 10 pairs of retail in front of me, it's not going to be the same like that every time. Don't use that for a real versus fake comparison thing. So if you're buying a pair, and if your A is not close to the leather like that, don't assume your pair is fake. We like to find things that are not discrepancies, that, you know what I mean, that it would not be, like, for example, all right, let me finish with this heel tab. Heel tab, everything looks nice. Stitching looks good on both. You know, I think it's a little cleaner on the retail. Back of these tabs, both of them flip backwards very fast. The speed bumps look pretty accurate. The feel of the speed bumps is different. The fake one has a sharper edge. This one's very smooth. This one, if you felt it, you would feel the sharper edge. And that's a discrepancy that it will not vary from pair to pair. That's how, you know, you rub it, your pair like that, you'll be able to tell if it's real or fake. Now, another thing I always like to tell you, always like to show y'all this. Let me zoom in. The post. Look at the post where the two posts come together. See how clean that line is? Very tight line. You know, you can't really see. You see that they're separated, but it's very clean, very unnoticeable. With the fake pair, 9 times out of 10, and 9.5 times out of 10, you're going to see the space in between the bubble like that. So that's something that's not going to vary. That's something that you could tell if your shoe is real or fake or not. That's what I mean. When I do these joints right here, look, you might have seen 1,000 real versus fakes. They don't mean nothing until you watch mine. I'm going to tell you the real deal. I'm going to tell you stuff that it does not vary and things that you should look for when you're buying a pair out there in the resale market. You know, or some people like to buy this because they don't want to pay for this, the resale. Whatever floats your boat, it doesn't matter. I'm here for all of y'all. All right. The color of the green seems to be slightly darker on the retail pair compared to these. These look more like olive green. This looks more like a army type of green, a little bit darker. They say if you put mink oil on these joints right here, it will get the pair perfectly matched. So that's, you know, that's up to you. But that's something that standing alone, it'd be very hard to tell. But side by side, you can see that this is a little darker than that. As far as the suede goes, you know, it's got a little motion on the suede. Let me show y'all. On my retail pair. And then on the fake pair, same thing. Got motion, ladies and gentlemen. The Jumpman on the tongue, the orange seems to be on point. Seems to be exactly the same color. The fingers look the same. The basketball looks pretty much the same. It looks goofy on both of them, if you ask me. See if I can get a better up close. Like the basketball looks a little weird on both of them, but it's on point for both of them. So, you know what I mean? Behind the Jumpman, we have the Rare Air. And right here we have the rear air as well. The tongue is made out of like a satin material. They look the same on both of them. You can see that. So the Jordan rear air, that looks accurate. I can't really notice a difference. If you can, anything that I miss in these videos, please comment and let your boy know. And if I help you out in any way, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, support your boy, man. All right, I don't, this is just something worthy of mentioning. I'll tell you when stuff is like, doesn't vary. I'm just mentioning this. The fake right here, you can see the slit right here. On the retail, you can't. That's just something noteworthy. I'm not going to say every pair is like that. The padding seems to be thicker, a lot thicker on the fake too as well. Look at the padding. You can see compared to the retail. Super thick padding compared to the retail on the fake. Now the cage, it feels a little different. Do they look different? A little bit. You see these dots right here in between each box? You can see them more prominent on the retail compared to the fake. They're smaller on the fake. They're there, but they're just smaller. So that's something that doesn't vary. That's something that you could tell if your shoes is fake or not. So right now, so far, what we got? We got the post, the space in the post. We got the color, a little darker. And then we got the cage with the dots on the cage. Is a little different. And that would be the same as far as the side cage too as well. Right? So you can see it. Now the wings, the wing triangle thing on the side, it's got they both got the gloss. That's accurate. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, stitching is a little tighter, a little cleaner on the retail compared to the fake, and that's not always the case. I've seen horrible stitching on retails before. Look how the retail is a lot closer right here. These two stitching is double stitching is a lot closer together compared to the fake. Fake is spread apart a little bit too much. That's something that usually does not happen on the retail. I said usually. I've seen it happen before, but I said usually it is nice and tight like that on the retail. Look at the shape of the toe box. We're gonna have the retail on top, the fake on the bottom. Nice slim toe box on the retail. Nice slim toe box on the fake. And actually, the fake got a slant right here at the end, nice and slanted. The retail, it's not really slanted like that. You know what I'm saying? So to me, the fake toe box looks better. You know, that's just my opinion. Some people like slim toe boxes. Some people don't. And as far as this material on check it out. We'll zoom in. The material looks a little bit different. Got like a more of a shine to it on this one, which is retail. See that? A little difference. Very minuscule, very, very hard to tell. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, a difference. Let's go to the outsole, see if there's anything different there. We got orange. It's more shiny on the fake. See that by the Nike logo? You can see the shine right there. This one, not really as much. So it's a lot more shiny on the fake. The orange seems to be the same in my opinion. And you can see the grip right here on the back of the fake. You can't see that right here on the retail. All right, turn it around. The stars look pretty good. Stars look pretty good, but one thing I always notice about Jordan 4s anyway, see how the stars are, let me see. See how the stars are like bunched up? They get really bunched up. They got like no real order right here. On the fake, they're usually like more in sync, more of an order, more of a direction. Like the retails, it doesn't really have an order. The fake ones kind of is like the same all throughout. Show y'all again. See, they kind of bunched up, no real order. One is in front of them. You know, one could be in front up top, then it could change and be in front on the bottom. I mean, it just looks a little different. Hard to explain it, but if you got them side by side, you could definitely tell. The laces are very accurate. It looks the same to me. Don't really notice nothing. Midsole. Check out the midsole. The cream or off-white seems to be the same. The fog on the bubble. There's a fog on the bubble. I don't know if you can notice it on the retail. And it's more clear on the fake without the fog. All right. And if you want still pictures, go over to my Instagram, because the things that I'm saying, sometimes you can't really see it on camera, but with the pictures, you could definitely see that on my Instagram. Go follow my Instagram. It is tagged down below for those of y'all that don't know. All right, let me check out this midsole right here. That looks pretty damn accurate too. Maybe you could say a little bit more shiny on the retail, which is on the left. Very hard to notice that though. Let me zoom out. Too much. All right, let's take out the inside of the shoe. Then I'm gonna give you all the black light test, and then we'll weigh the sneakers. So we have the hang tag, right? Shiny hang tag on the retail. Matte. It's not shiny like that on the fake. So let me show y'all again. Look at the difference. Real shiny on the retail. Matte on this side, shiny on this side. This one, matte on both sides. So that's the difference right there. That will not vary. So that's another thing that could help you all out. You know, dissecting the shoe, making sure you have a retail pair. Make sure that you have a nice shine to your tag. So that's a couple things we already put you on to. With all the information I gave you, you should be able to determine whether your shoe is real or not. All right, the paper shoe trees, little bit of a different color. You see like paint speckles on this one. You don't see anything on that. A little different. Undefeated. Looks pretty good. Don't really notice nothing there. What I do notice is that the tongue is thinner on the retail compared to a thicker tongue that goes along with the padding. Like I told you, this tongue is thicker on the fake. Very hard for me to show y'all the size tag, so I'm gonna put it with pictures on the screen. That's the retail, and that's the fake. Boom. For some reason, the fake looks like it's a brighter orange. The one on the right looks like a brighter orange compared to the one on the left. The Nike also. Let me see. Show y'all this. Look how smooth the Nike is right there. And this one looks like it was pressed on. So y'all can see that difference right there. Back of the insoles, we got the AJ11. Looks pretty good. Different color white. That's pretty much all I really noticed there. Cleaner writing on the retail compared to the fake. And that's about it. Let's take a look at that footbed. Let me zoom out. Why not? All right, the stitching right here on the midsole. Right here. The stitching right here on the bottom. Looks pretty sloppy, I'm not gonna lie, on the retail. Then it has some white stitching above it, going in a different direction. The tape, we got a little small tape right there. With the edges, you could tell the edges was ripped off on the tape. This fake right here, the tape is very low in there, different color tape, smooth edges. The stitching on the footbed, believe it or not, is a lot cleaner on this one. And there's no like stitching above it. There's no stitching going above it. So that's the difference right there. Once again, you see that stitching going across above the footbed stitching. So that's something different. And so that right there will not vary. That will not vary pair to pair. That's something to determine whether your pair is real or not. Check it out. Told you I was a different color orange. You can see that the retail on the left is not really glowing like that. The one on the right is much brighter under the black light. So that's a difference. The Jumpmans, see if those are different. You could tell that the Jumpman on the right is glowing brighter than the one on the left, which is kind of just staying regular. The one on the left is the retail, so your Jumpman should not be glowing like that. That will not vary. The Jumpman on the, let's take a look. The Jumpman on the tag is glowing heavy on the retail. The Jumpman right here is not glowing, so make sure your Jumpman on the tag is glowing on the retail one. Couple things so far we've seen with the black light. So the black light will help you in this situation. No guidelines or anything like that though on the fake pair. So, other than that, the orange on the bottom is glowing on both pairs. Let's take a look at the inside. Footbed stitching. It's hard for y'all to pick it up, but footbed stitching is glowing on the retail and is glowing on the fake. So nothing different on the inside. The difference is the tag Jumpman and then the Jumpman on the tongue and then the insoles. You know what I mean? That's the difference with the black light. Other than that, Gucci. Scale time. Scale time. Scale time. Let's get it. Retail. Retail 1 pound, 3.4 ounces. And the fake, do you think it's going to be a little heavier? Let's find out. 1.48, as usual, it's a little bit heavier. So there's that. You know what I mean? That's all I got for y'all today. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hope I helped y'all out determining whether your pair is real or fake. And if somebody sold you a real pair or a fake pair with real money, I apologize, man. I really do. But you already know the vibes. I love y'all. Thanks for rocking with your boy. You feel me? The love is real. You know I love y'all back, man. At the end of the day, rock what you like, not cause it's hype. Stand out and never blend in. Holla at me till next time, you heard? 100.